3 of the series When God is Silent. So if you have not yet watched part 1 and part 2, just scroll down on this channel and then watch part 1 and part 2 and then come back and watch part 3. So when God is silent. So if you have been in faith and believe in the way of God, you fear God, you're gonna notice that this sense of silence, sometimes we sense it when you're praying, you're fasting, you sense this silence. It's not it's not just you. Most of people, they get that sense that I'm praying, I am doing everything that God is telling me to do, but I sense this silence. And most of the time they say, why? So today we are going to discuss why. That is, why do I sense God is silence in this situation? You've been praying for this situation for months, even for years, but why you are just getting this silence? Well, one thing I will tell you, the why, no one really have the answer to why God is silenced, why God may be silenced in your situation, in whatever you've been seeking God. There's no one who can give you like a specific, I don't think so there is somebody who can give you like a specific why God is silenced. However, we do see it most of the time in the Bible that there are times that God was silenced. Like we see gaps. Most of the time when you see a gap, it's like this quietness. You want to know exactly why is there a gap here, what went on here. We see this also in the life of himself, Jesus. The Bible tells us before he was born, the angel came to Mary, and then it tells us when Jesus was born, was a little boy, and then there's a time that he was found, I think around age 12 in the temple. And then, however, there is this also gap. We don't know what happened in his younger teenager days. What was he doing? The Bible doesn't give us detail. What was he doing when he was 17, when he was 16, 18, 20, 21? The next time we see the story of Jesus, it's when he met with John, when he was about to start the mission that he came in this world for. So it's not new when you sense this silence. But what I would say to you, when you sense this silence, is not don't question, don't focus on so much on why is God silent, why. No, you focus on everything that God is telling you to do. If God is telling you pray at this time, pray at that time. If God is telling you fast at this time, fast at that time. Whatever the Holy Spirit is telling you to do, you do it. Don't focus on why, because the way of God is sometimes it can be a mystery. We don't know why he does certain things the way he does. We don't know why he would answer this prayer in a certain way. And another point also I want to highlight, the how your blessings gonna come through. Don't focus on that. The how God is going to bless you with that situation you've been praying for. You leave that to God's hand. God is the one who's going to know how he's going to do it. The how is going to happen, you start imagining it in your head. That is not for you. And the why is not for you. You focus on what he's telling you to do. Do you understand? Be like, I'm not sure if you guys know the story of Job. When you have time, go meditate the story of Job in the Bible. It's in the Old Testament. Job was a man who feared God. He was rich. He was successful. God blessed him so much. But there was a time that we see that God was having a conversation with Satan. God was so proud of Job that he was telling Satan, have you seen Job, the servant who obeys me, who's blameless, who shed no evil? And then Satan was like, oh, do you think that he fears you for nothing? You have blessed him. You have put a protection around him. And then God said to Satan, go and touch everything he has, but don't touch him as a person. And then Satan went and do exactly that. But Job was not there asking God, why this, why that? Even though Job's wife said to Job, curse this God and die. Job refused. Job said, I came in this world naked and I return naked. God is the one who gives and he the one who takes, because Job knows that everything he had before that, it was from God. And if anything he's going to have after that is going to be through God. But he was not busy asking why or questioning how is the blessings going to come through. That was not his part. His part was just obedience to the way of God. Do what God is telling me. Do the right things. It's the same thing with you when you're sensing this silence in whatever situation in your spiritual life. You're praying for job, for business, for your love life, for your children, for your husband, for any person, any situation, your health, anything that you're praying for, and you sense this silence. Is not for you to be asking why silence. Your role is keep obeying God. When God, it feels like it's the time for him to do whatever he's going to do based on your situation, you're going to notice he's going to do it. So don't focus on why is this silence. Focus on what you are doing. Be like Job. Job was not focusing on why. He was just being faithful. You see the story where Jesus said to Peter, walk, come. Peter was walking fine on the top of the river, on the top of the sea. But the moment Peter started looking it down, Peter started drowning. He started shouting. Do you understand? Because he distracted himself. Instead of him focusing on the goal to reach the boat where Jesus was, he started focusing on the situation. He started saying, I'm actually walking in the top of this river and I'm not drowning. He got so scared because he started looking at the environment. That's what happened. When you start looking at the situation, you focus so much on the situation, but not the one who provides a solution. You start to drown. So stop why. Focus on what he's telling you to do and what you're supposed to do. So if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.